Hey guys, and welcome to part 4 of Drunken Commentary. We're still working our way through the Umbrella Academy Season 1. For you guys on the drink counter, we're on drink number 6. And if you are trying to keep up at home, be advised I am watching the full episodes, which are all about an hour long. And, I have a really high tolerance. So, definitely don't go out of your tolerance, and disclaimer above about, responsible drinking. So, we're going to pick up where we left off. I haven't decided how these are going to be uploaded yet. And sorry to take you on a tangent, but I just need to pull up the episode right now. I haven't decided how I'm going to be uploading these yet. I don't intend on them coming out on Tuesday and Thursday because I don't want to interfere with the official release schedule. These are kind of supplementary by nature. So I'm going to try to make these just Sunday releases, but I guess we'll see how it works out, especially with, copyright claims and stuff. Maybe I'll use some of the regular releases. So anyways, this is episode 4, Man on the Moon, where I'm assuming we're going to learn more about Lucifer. Sorry, not Lucifer. That would be interesting if we were learning about Lucifer. We're going to learn more about Luther and what he was doing on the moon. And I guess we're starting up on a scene, before he got furry. And those are some abs. See, this is what? Those are some abs. That's all I can say about that. So I think it's heavily being implied at this point, but it seems like Luther's the last person living in the house. I definitely do feel like we're also going to find out in this episode how Luther got all furry. Like, Monopoly Man is such a suspicious character. He clearly has some sort of grand plan that he's not unveiling to anyone yet. Which means, that's why I don't think this is the end of the characters we know. Because there's clearly more to his plan than the superhero team. Especially since he seems completely non-perturbed by the fact that all of them have left. So if that doesn't even factor into what his grand plan is. Oh, wow. That serum just makes you hairy everywhere. I mean, he's definitely less attractive than he was, but he's really looking at himself like... I feel like there are some, Eastern or Middle Eastern cultures that would just see that and just not even react. Being like, wow, that guy's still really attractive. So, X-Men First Classman Hank is like, who will ever love me with blue giant feet? And it's like, they're feet, Hank. Just put some socks on and no one will even know. Because, it seemed like they had a much deeper connection than that you would be, turned off that he looks a bit like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. But I'm always worried that whenever you kill off a robot, it's really hard to appreciate the stakes of it. Because I don't fully understand what that means to have killed off Mom. Can they just repair the damage and reboot her? Hard to understand. Prediction number 5. I don't know what prediction number I'm at. I've been drinking, it's not my fault. But she's gonna find her book in his house. And more importantly, I think this is the prediction I made from episode 1 the first time I saw the pills. But we didn't know what the pills were for. And we see them again now, and she says she's been taking them since she was a kid. So, maybe there's some kind of suppressor? Something to do with her powers. It's like, how else would she get pills? The only person who would give her medical treatment or get her pills is her dad and her mom. Both of them are very aware of these powers, so something suspicious going on with it, I'll tell you that. The theater that she performs at is called the Icarus Theater, which I don't think is a subtle name at all. Icarus being from the story of Icarus in Greek mythology, the boy who flew too close to the sun and then fell from the sky and died. There's, of course, more of that story, but you can look it up yourself.
Morty, because if we can kill our enemies but we can't jack them off, then how are we better than them?
I love that. I knew it.
Alice, wait, Leonard. Sorry. I thought you...
No, you're right. Beat the shit out of him.
Where's Leah?
That's such a deflection. She's clearly trying to throw the suspicion onto you. This guy's shady.
You're right. Probably not.
Number 5 is clearly the most powerful of all you guys. I wouldn't be that worried about him. I would be more interested in asking number 5 why there are fucking mask-wearing psychopaths chasing him down. He could just shave, guys. It's not that big of a deal. And it didn't even affect his face. Like, Deadpool had a much worse deal out of it. Sorry, Deadpool just be my personal philosophy of things. But I really do hate when people refer to talking to animals as if they're subhuman. I get that animals aren't human, but at the end of the day, shouldn't we just treat anything that can live and feel as something that can live and feel? Like, I've heard of people treating animals differently than humans, and I understand fundamentally they can't speak, so we shouldn't treat them exactly the same as we treat humans, but they're still capable of emotion. They can feel things, and they can be happy, and they can be sad, and they can be hopeful. And I think this whole concept of treating animals worse because we can't talk to them seems insane. It's like, they still have emotions and hopes and dreams. Anyone who's ever had a dog has seen their dog have a dream of chasing rabbits or something and seeing them running around. And the concept of treating them worse because, they don't speak English? Or because, they're not human? It just seems like, why? I don't get that, and I never will. This guy about to take some medical marijuana. These guys really need to figure out the whole carrot part of torture and not go all stick. But apparently these guys have never heard of weed before, and man, really not good at their jobs. See, I'm thinking that drunken commentary is going to be key, but stoner commentary. I feel like stoner commentary is only really interesting though when you're stoned, and if you're not, it just sounds like rambling. Drunken commentary is probably just as bad, but I mean, I feel like more people have been drunk than have been stoned. So at least this appeals to a wider audience. At a library? I have no idea how that was supposed to mean anything. I also don't fully know why they're burning down this eye store. Man. That's going to cost a lot of U of T to repair. And really doesn't seem like it's productive of them for finding the guy. Especially if they just waited there, he would have shown up in like 5 minutes. It's been a while since I've been back on campus, so I can't fully identify these buildings behind them, but those are all University of Toronto buildings. So he's still on campus. In fact, U of T is used for filming a lot of movies. Incredible Hulk was filmed there. Mean Girls was also filmed there. There's just been a lot. It's hard for me to run through them, but it's a very picturesque campus, and it does look like downtown of a major city. So it's used quite often in movie filming. Usually it's done during summer, because if they were to do it during fall or winter, you would have the semester's traffic walking through it. and that's a lot of students that would be interfering where you're.
Come on, sorry.
No, it's not. Tell her, damn it. Oh my god. Oh, they're vacuuming up his drugs. Town this is situated in. On that fire truck, it just said Greater Municipal Fire Department because they've been filming on the U of T campus, but it definitely is not Robarts. It's not what the entrance hall looks like. Like, she is being a bit harsh. Like, I don't trust him either, but you don't have to be like, he is definitely a shit. You don't know that for a fact. Also, like, this cleaning lady didn't look in the closet. Just look. Maybe there were old towels in there or something. No, it didn't even look. Okay. I definitely feel that. More space is definitely not better. I live out in Phoenix, Arizona now, and real estate is definitely cheap. It's one of the most famous things about Phoenix. But you can get a lot of square footage for the same price as you would like a tiny studio apartment in LA or New York or Toronto. But, you know, once you get used to living in smaller spaces and like one bedroom or studio apartments, having a larger space just feels weird. It's still crazy to me that they let Klaus as being like one of the fighters of the team, considering he still has no combat abilities, except for like the basic combat training they all get.
Sit.
I feel like he should be sidelined more than Vanya, or at least as much as Vanya. Man, run, Klaus, run, you lunatic. Oh no, it's just trying to crawl to safety. I get that. It's so funny that he kept it. I guess the notion being if they value it enough to stash, then it's probably worth something. You might look at this and be like, why is he so cool with, or why is everyone else in this train so cool with someone covered in blood carrying a weird briefcase? And the answer is, if you live in a major city, this is not the weirdest thing you've seen. And you very quickly learn to mind your own business. I love it. He just leaves. It's like, number one is their leader, but not in any way that's not, like, he has absolutely no control over their actions. It's not a great team dynamic for a superhero team. Oh, that's sad. Like, I thought he'd get there, and then there would be, like, a police line up there, and people would try to stop from getting in, and it would be this whole emotional scene as he, like, pieces together. Yeah, that's pretty fair. You really can't be caught here. You have no reasonable way to explain why you're here. This is, like, always something they do in movies, where they just grab receipts and use them for information. Let's grab a receipt from the donut place. But it's like, how many times do people get donuts and it'd just be like a one-off thing? He's like really lucky that this donut place is a place that these two bad guys like visit regularly. It's just it's very convenient for him. I guess to be fair, if it wasn't a place they visited regularly, the proprietor or the waitress would still be able to recognize them and give you information. But I don't know, it still feels very convenient. Anyways, guys, that's episode 4 in the books. Still, surprisingly, very little information on the Man in the Moon, on the episode called Man in the Moon. We found out how he got Harry, but we didn't find out why he was on the moon, which was my main question, and how he got off the moon, which I'm still trying to figure out. But I guess we still have the rest of the season to figure that out, and we'll continue on Drunken Commentary here in Constant Review. See you in the next episode. Bye.